discuss about Infosys verbal ability section. All right. We are going to discuss the actual questions over here that were asked in the recent Infosys exam. So, to let you know that the Infosys section not only just has verbal ability, but has some parts of logical as well, which probably includes statement and conclusion and assumption or inference as well. All right, so we are going to encounter a few questions based on the logical statement as well as the grammar statement, including sentence correction or fill in the blanks and reading comprehension as such. All right. So again, to let you understand, the verbal ability sections is medium high difficulty. It's not very difficult, I would say, but yes, you need a proper knowledge of grammar to understand how the questions can be answered, because they are quite a little tricky and they might take you a bit more time than it would usually take. All right. So, as usual, top 3 commenters, whoever comments the best thing, the top 3 comments on this video are going to receive free access to our newly launched Prepinsta Prime website. Along with that, you are also going to get a royal pass access of prepinsta.com. Like, isn't that really great? So yes, you can comment about something good about Prepinsta. If you have an experience with Prepinsta, you can talk about any queries, any good queries, or you can give proper solutions with explanation in the comments, or any doubt, anything that is exciting or that seems exciting to us are going to win this prize. And we declare these winners on Discord and on Instagram every Friday, so keep a track of those. And to get like known if you're the winner, do follow us on Instagram and Discord so you know who the winners are, and then you can come and try better. All right, so yes, you're going to get a free access of Prepinsta Prime and prepinsta.com, the royal pass access. So if you're not following us on our social media handles, that is Prepinsta, Instagram, Discord, Facebook, WhatsApp or Telegram, do follow us, because many companies, we are already towards the second half of the year, right? So most of the companies are going to start their drives. So it's very, very important that you do not miss any of the updates, because then you're going to miss the opportunities, right? So do follow us on Instagram, Discord, Facebook, WhatsApp and Telegram to know the regular updates, because we keep posting updates about 30 plus companies that are going to start their drives. Also on Discord, we have live class for all the students, that is free live classes for all the students. So if you join us there, you're going to get great interaction from our side and the students' side as well. So it's a one-on-one situation. It's a great win situation. Also, let me just quickly show you what Prepinsta Prime looks like before we start with our questions. So this is our Prepinsta Prime website. Now, to make you understand how this works, our Prepinsta website is, for example, if you take Netflix, all right, on Netflix, what do? If you buy a subscription, let's say for 3 months or a year, you are going to get everything there in your hands. All right, you don't have to pay even a single penny extra for any extra course. All right, so that for any extra movie. So that is the case with Prepinsta Prime as well. Once you subscribe to it, you are going to get all of the materials in just one place, put in a plate in front of you. All right, you have everything starting from skill-based. You have skill-based, you have languages to learn from, you have coding section, you have aptitude, you have platform preparation, you have companies based on service and product-based companies, interview preparation, projects, coding, brush-ups, and interview experiences as well. Along with this, you are also getting certifications from Prepinsta to complete the courses, and from TCS Ion Remote Internship Certificate as well. So it is a one blockbuster pack, a one-stop shop for all the students. So do check this out and subscribe if you like it. Also, if you want to prepare for Infosys, see, we are continuously updating. Cisco is hiring. If you want to know about how to prepare Infosys and you want to learn, like you want to practice more verbal-based free and paid quizzes, you can do it right from here. All right, you can do it from here. We have the verbal section, and you can practice all of these from here. See, you have critical reasoning as well. So critical reasoning is a part of Infosys verbal ability, and we are going to encounter one such question as well. So let's go ahead with the questions now. All right. So the first question, what does it mean? What does it ask us to say? Fill in the blank with the correct option that fits in grammatically and logically. The meaning of the word mysticism is dash. So we can take this as a synonym question or a contextual vocabulary question as well. That is asking us the meaning of a particular word. All right. Now what are we going to do? I'm going to read out the question to you and give you 30 to 45 seconds. You can pause the video right over here. You can take 30 to 45 seconds to solve and then we can move ahead with the answer. All right. So the options given to us are mysterious relations with God, secret communication with the spirits of the dead, the method of dealing in black magic and necromancy, a belief that knowledge of God can be gained by contemplation. All right. So we have 4 options and the word given to you. Go through them, try to solve it, and then we'll move on to the answer. All right. Shall we move on? Now, if you look up on Google, what does mysticism means? It will tell you it is a spiritual relation with God. All right. If you say something is very mystic or something is having they are mystical creatures. All right. There are mystical creatures. What are mystical creatures? They are angels, they are demons, they are unicorns. They are all mystical creatures. They are like fantasy world creatures. And why do we, attribute angels with mysticism? Because they are related to God, right? So we have a direct meaning over here. It does not mean mysterious relation with God, but it means that a belief of knowledge of God can be gained by contemplation. If you understand what God is and if you believe in them, that is what mysticism means. All right. It is not mysterious relations with God, but a belief that knowledge of God can be gained by contemplation. Secret communication with the spirits of the dead? No. Or a method of black magic? No, right? We have a belief that knowledge of that God exists with the help of some contemplation. Contemplation means consideration or belief, right? So a belief that knowledge of God can be gained by contemplation. Hence, D is our answer for mysticism. All right. Next, we have identify the correct statement, that is sentence selection over here. The first part says, we have the options. A, I can't be thinking that we made a mistake in our calculation. The total is so high. I can't bear thinking that we made a mistake in our calculation. Total is too high. I can't start thinking that we should make a mistake in our calculations. The total is too high. I can't help thinking that we made a mistake in our calculations. The total is too high. All right, so you have 4 pair of sentences which you need to understand which of these are grammatically correct and then choose the one. All right, so again, your time starts, pause the video, try to solve it, and then we'll move on with the actual answer. All right, so shall we move on now? All right, so the first things first, let's try to break down the meaning of each sentence. The first says, I can't be thinking that we made a mistake in our calculation. The total is so high. All right. Whenever we are using so high, we can use too high instead of this. All right. Why? Because it means too high means out of contemplation. Like it is out of our limits of understanding. All right. That is meant by too high. I can't be thinking. When you use can't be thinking, it means that you don't want to think. But here, the meaning of the sentence means that our mistakes are so high that I cannot stop thinking about it. All right. That is the context. And which sentence gives us that particular context? The sentence D. All right. I can't help thinking. When you use I can't help doing something, that means you cannot stop something from doing. All right. So when you say, for example, let's say you are saying, I can't help laughing. This means that you cannot stop laughing. So whenever we are using I can't help doing something, that means you cannot stop from doing that thing. All right. So and here the context of the sentence is that our mistakes are so high that I cannot stop thinking about it. Why? Because the total is too high. All right. So that means that option D should be our answer because it gives the actual meaning of the context. All right. So let's move on to the next question now. We have again a fill in the blank question which says fill in the blank with the correct option that fits in grammatically and logically. The lady was screaming continuously when all of a sudden she realized that all the while she was dash. All right. So here we have been given 4 phrases. All right. So this is a question from idioms and phrases based. We have 4 phrases known as coming down with something, beating the bush, barking up the wrong tree, or back to the drawing board. All right. We have 4 options given to you. You can again start attempting the question, try to solve it, and then we'll quickly see the answer in a few seconds. All right, so shall we move ahead now? The lady was screaming continuously when all of a sudden she realized that all the while she was dash. All right, so what does this mean? That a lady over here is screaming continuously. All of a sudden she realizes something. What does she realize? Is she coming down with something? What does coming down with something means? Means having something. All right. Beating the bush means uselessly talking around a topic but not reaching to the central point. All right, beating around the bush. When we say please stop beating around the bush and get to the point, that means stop talking unnecessary stuff and start talking about the central point of the theme. All right. Next, we have barking up the wrong tree. Barking up the wrong tree means that you are talking or you were trying to explain something to a wrong person or to a wrong place. All right. Here, like if you want to refer to actually barking in the tree, that means the dog is barking at a tree, which is not going to respond you back. All right. The tree will never respond you back. That means barking up the wrong tree. That means that you are not going to get any reply from the person and you were just talking or you are screaming or you are shouting uselessly. Back to the drawing board. Back to the drawing board means to finish something unsuccessfully and again coming back to the first starting point and start again. All right. So back to the drawing board means to start again. Beating the bush means to talk about unnecessary stuff and neglecting what is important. So as we can see that she was screaming continuously. What does screaming can relate to? Is it coming, beating, barking or drawing? We can say barking up the wrong tree. That means the lady was screaming at someone. Either the person was not listening or she did not realize that the person was not there itself. All right. So she suddenly realizes that all the while she was barking up a wrong tree. That means she was talking to someone who is not listening or talking to someone who is not there itself. All right. So we can say that B is the answer over here. The phrase barking up the wrong tree puts or fits perfectly in the blank. All right. So now before moving on to this question, if you have noticed, we are trying to solve the questions correctly. Yes, but we are also trying to solve the questions quickly. All right. And this is very, very important if you are sitting for any exam. Why? Because let's say that you have attempted 8 questions out of 10 and your competitor, like another student, has tried to attempt 11 questions, all right, out of 15. You have attempted 8 out of 15 and your friend has attempted 11 out of 15. So who do you think is going to get selected or get the interview call? Obviously the one who has, written 11 questions and all of them are correct, let's say. So why? Because the person has a knowledge of time management, how to solve each question and how quickly. How do you get the talent of or the skill of time management? Through analytics. And who provides you the analytics? Prep Insta. All right. So we are here to help you out with analytics, and you can get analytics on the basis of each question, each topic, as well as each section. And how does it help you? It helps you to understand where you are lagging and where you are outperforming other students, right? You can see if you are trying to solve a question, how many students have solved before you or after you, and how many students have solved it correctly or incorrectly. And that way you are going to get proper knowledge of your performance, right? So we have a quick video coming up. It's a short 30 seconds video where you can actually understand how you can reach to the analytics, how you can use analytics for your benefit, and how we are integrating it with our system. All right, so here's a video for you. Okay, so I hope you loved the video and you watched it properly and you understood how analytics is going to help you out with your performance. We'd really hope if you try this out and understand where you are lagging and where you can do good, right? So analytics are there to help you out and PrepInsta is there to help you out as well. All right, so let's move ahead with the question now. Fill in the blank with the correct option that fits in grammatically and logically. Again, we have a fill in the blank question, but here we have a question based on a sentence completion, all right? Or we can say sentence construction. Let's read it. Avian influenza dash threat than anyone ever thought. We have the options given to you. So again, what you're going to do is pause the video right over here, try to solve it, place the sentences in the blank and see if they are fitting perfectly, and then we'll move on to the answer with proper explanation. All right, let's move ahead now. Let's read the sentence first. Avian influenza dash threat than anyone ever thought. All right, options given to us are A, may have been the bigger and the more complex, may be a more complex than more bigger, may be a more bigger and more complex, may be a bigger and more complex. So we have these four options given to you. First, let's see the first option. May have been the bigger and the more complex. Do we use the? When do we use the? We use the with superlative form. All right. And here, bigger is a comparative form. What will be the superlative form? It will be biggest. But here we have used bigger and the more complex. We never use the more. We always use more complex. All right. So we can eliminate this option. Here we have more bigger. Whenever you have a word with only one syllable, that is big, right? Here we have only one syllable. So we are not going to use more bigger. We are going to use bigger. The comparative form of big is bigger and not more bigger. Again, we can eliminate this option. In C, we see that it has again used more bigger. So again, this is wrong. Hence, we are getting option D as the answer. Why? Because it uses a bigger and more complex. All right. It does not use the and it does not use more bigger. So avian influenza may be a bigger and more complex threat than anyone ever thought. All right. So we can say that D is the correct option. All right. Let's move ahead with the next one. Replace the underlined phrase with an option that makes the sentence grammatically correct. So we are going to make sentence improvement over here, right? Let's read the sentence. If the cerebellum of a pigeon had destroyed, the bird would not be able to fly. All right, we have the options before you. Again, pause the video, Take 30 to 45 seconds, not more than that. Take 30 to 45 seconds, and then you can get ahead with the answer. All right, let's move ahead with the answer now. The first thing first, let's read the sentence. If the cerebellum of a pigeon had destroyed, the bird would not be able to fly. So here we can see that this is a conditional sentence, right? This is a conditional sentence. Now, if you know that there are three types of conditional sentences, type 1, type 2, and type 3. Let's see if either of these types fit into it. Would be destroyed, the bird could not be able to fly. The first thing, in a conditional sentence, we never use could, all right? Or if we use could, we cannot use would in the first part, all right? It will always be present past or future, present past tense, but it can never be would, because would is always used in the second clause, that is the main clause, right? We have first clause and we have second clause. This one is the if clause, right? And this one is the main clause. All right. So the first is an if clause. It cannot be would, so we have to eliminate this. If destroyed, the bird cannot be able to fly. Cannot can never be used with be, right? It cannot be able to fly. It can be able to fly, but it cannot be able to fly. All right. It can be, will be able to fly, or would be able to fly, or could be able to fly, but cannot be able to fly is a wrong usage. All right. For the second clause, that is the main clause, we always use the modal form, that is either would, could, or might. We never use will, can, or may, right? We always use would, could, or might. So again, this option is eliminated. Were destroyed. If the cerebellum of a pigeon, cerebellum over here is a singular subject, all right, and you cannot use a plural verb with it. You have to use a singular verb with it, either is or was. You cannot use are or were. So again, this option is eliminated. Was destroyed, the bird would not be able to fly. We have a singular verb and we have would not be able to fly. So option D again is the correct answer over here. If the cerebellum of a pigeon was destroyed, the bird would not be able to fly. All right, so D is our answer. All right, let's move ahead with another fill in the blank question. Fill in the blank with the correct option that fits in grammatically and logically. His vision is so multifaceted and so rich in meanings that to try to dash it in a few sentences would be presumptuous. You have the words encapsulate, integrate, embellish, and envisage. All right, you have these 4 words with you. So again, go ahead, try to find out the meaning of these words, try to break them down and get the meaning of these words, and then replace it with the blank. All right, and then we'll move forward with the answer. All right, let's move ahead with the answer now. His vision is so multifaceted and so rich. It means that his visions are perfect, let's say. All right, his visions are so perfect that if you want to dash it in a few sentences, it would be presumptuous. Again, presumptuous means incorrect. Or it can mean like something which is not true. All right, it would be presumptuous. It would not be true. So that means you want to put, for example, let's say there are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 qualities. You cannot put them into one. This would be wrong. So what are you trying to do? You are trying to put all the 5 into one. That means you are trying to group them together. And which of these words does it mean grouping? Let's see. Envisage, what does it means? To think. All right. Embellish means to decorate. Integrate means to fit into something. However, encapsulate means to group something. All right. Or to put something together. So here, his vision is so multifaceted and so rich in meaning that if you try to encapsulate them, that means put them together in a few sentences, it would be presumptuous. That means it would be wrong, right? So we are going to use encapsulate in our sentence. That is option A. All right. So before starting with this question, let's talk about Prep Insta Prime. Now, because I have told you about how you can benefit from Prep Insta Prime and how it is like Netflix, where you can subscribe for a period of time and you are going to get everything in one go. Let me just show you how you can use it for your benefit, right? This is our Prep Insta Prime website. You have the course list over here, and then you have certifications, you have popular skills, languages, coding, aptitude, where you can go for verbal, or you can go for logical reasoning or quants. You can prepare yourself with platform-based material as well. You can prepare from companies as well. We have so many companies over here, right? Then we have companies based on product and services, all right? We have bifurcated them into service and product. So you can go ahead with product-based as well. For example, Cisco, Nalsoft, Boomerang, Oracle, etc. Then we have interview preparation based on group discussion or HR interview. If you want to know how you can perform good in HR or in GD, or how can you solve puzzles, or how can you create a good, impressive resume so that you are hired very quickly, you can do it from here. You can create projects and learn CS subjects, that is DBMS, OS, computer networks, coding brush-ups, automata fix, and interview experiences to learn from the experiences of students who have been placed, right? It's a very big thing to learn from them. So you can learn from the experts, as we may say. So how can you join it? You can join our Prep Insta from here. Also, to let you know, these prices are running on heavy discount. They are going to get back to the initial prices very, very soon. So make sure if you want to subscribe to our Prep Insta Prime, you do it right away. For 3 months, we have 2499, 6 months 3499, 12 months 4499, 18 months 4999, 24 months 5499, 36 months 5999, and 48 months 6499. I am mind blown by these prices, because if you are purchasing it for 4 years in just 6499 and you are preparing for your placements, you can straight away start it from your second years or third year, so that by the time you reach your final years and start being placed, it is going to be helpful for you. All right, so you are getting it a mere price of 6499 for 4 years, and for 3 years it's only 5999. All right, so it's a huge must buy for the students who are trying to get placed. All right, so this is our Prep Insta Prime, and we have tried very, very hard to help you out with all of the things that you want, and they are all clubbed together in one place. If you get Prep Insta Prime, subscribe to it, you are going to get a free Royal Pass access to, prepinsta.com as well. And here you can see the analytics over here. You can see the questions based. You can practice free questions and, paid questions as well. You can practice all of these from here. All right. So we have a one-on-one offer going on. So go subscribe it right away. And now let's move ahead with our questions. Again, we have a fill in the blank question in front of us. Fill in the blank with the correct option that fits in grammatically and logically. He believes that dash and wants to control other people's lives. All right. So you have the 4 options again in front of you. You can go ahead, try to substitute all of the options in the blank and see which fits grammatically and logically correct, and then choose that option. All right. So you can pause the video right over here. All right. Let's move ahead with the answer now. Let's try to solve each of these options and put them in place. He believes that he is too powerful and wants to control other people's life. What do you mean by too powerful? When you use too powerful over here, it means very powerful. All right, it means very powerful. So when you say I am too powerful for something or I'm too beautiful for something, that means you are very beautiful or very powerful. So he believes that he is too powerful. He is very powerful and wants to control other people's life. He is all powerful. This is a grammatically incorrect sentence. We never use all powerful, so this is eliminated. Again, it uses all powerful. Also, we have double L over here, which is an incorrect spelling. So you have to be very, very particular about the spellings as well. All right, so we cannot use this one. He can show powerful. Can you show powerful? Can you show some adjective? No, you can show power, but you cannot show powerful, right? So again, this is wrong. Hence, we can say that option A sits perfectly, which says he believes that he is too powerful and wants to control other people's life. So option A is our answer. All right, so now we have a passage in front of us, all right? What you are going to do is read the passage properly, go through the options, go through the question, what is asked, understand the context of the passage, and then move on with the answer. You can take a minute over here if you want. Pause the video, take a minute, try to solve it, and then I'll move on with the answer itself. All right. All right, so let's move ahead with the answer now. Let's first read the sentence or read the passage. Chinua Achebe, the Anglophone Nigerian writer's works such as Things Fall Apart, Arrow of Gold, etc. are considered classics and read globally. V.S. Naipaul novels like A House for a Mr. Biswas, The Mystic Monsieur are also read globally. Most literary critics consider Achebe's work superior to Naipaul's and contend that Achebe should have been conferred the Nobel Prize. However, Achebe has been overlooked by the Swedish Academy once too often, whereas Naipaul was conferred the award in 2001. So we have two very famous writers over here, V.S. Naipaul and Chinua Achebe, right? We have two writers and we're talking about how these writers have been conferred with the award and how a particular academy did not confer the other. The question says, what can you infer from the passage? So it is a directly inferential based passage. Let's read the options. The first says, members of the Swedish Academy have not read Achebe's works. Do you think this can be a status because it is read globally? So Swedish Academy will read it because he is also a very well-known writer, right? So his works cannot be ignored. That means they have read it, right? So it is wrong. The Swedish Academy, though proclaimed as fair, is just as racially biased. As we can see that they have written, he's an Anglophone Nigerian writer's works, right? So we can say that the Swedish Academy has tried to put down or has tried to racially discriminate between V.S. Naipaul and Achebe, and they have picked Naipaul because of their discrimination, because of their thinking, and they have conferred the award to Naipaul and not to Achebe, even when Achebe should have been conferred with the award. So we can say that they are actually racially biased. Achebe does not write in English but in the local Nigerian dialect. No, if it is globally read, right? So it has to be in English because not everyone globally knows Nigerian dialect, but everyone globally knows English. So it cannot be the answer. Naipaul had been knighted, which is a precursor to the Nobel Award. No. Again, over here, we are not talking about what Naipaul had done, but we're talking about what Swedish Academy had done, right? So Swedish Academy, though proclaimed as fair, is just as racially biased. That means the Swedish Academy has ignored, right? He has overlooked Achebe's writings, Achebe's proper, achievements, and have given Naipaul the award. So they are racially biased. Hence, we can say that option B is the correct answer. All right. So as I had told you before that we are going to have a critical reasoning question as well. So here it is. Read the question, try to work with your brain, play with your brain and understand how can you solve this question. All right. Read through the question very, very properly, understand the options that are given to you and then move ahead with the answer. All right. So you can pause the video here and move ahead with the answer now. All right, let's try to solve it. Let's read it one by one and then see what can be done. A man is traveling with a dog, a cat, and a crate of fish. All right, so we have a man with a crate, a dog, and a cat. All right, we have a crate of fish, let's say F, a dog, and a cat. And he needs to go, like he needs to cross the river. All right. That can accommodate only 2 people. So the ferry can accommodate only 2 people. So only 2 can go at once. He cannot leave the dog. Sorry, he has to make 3 trips. He has to make 3 trips and can take only one of the 3 at a time. So he has to make 3 trips. Right? So we can write over here that he has to make 3 trips. Let's write 1, 1 and 1. All right, 1, 2 and 3. He cannot leave the dog and cat together as they will quarrel. So we have a situation that the dog and the cat cannot be taken together. He cannot leave the cat and the fish as the cat will eat the fish. So he cannot even leave the cat and the fish because obviously the cat is going to eat away the fish. He cannot take the dog first. So we have 3 situations, 1, 2 and 3. What are those? The dog and the cat cannot be taken together. The cat and the fish cannot be left and the dog cannot be taken first. So what are we going to do? Are we going to take the crate of the fish first, then the dog and last the cat? No. Sell off the crate of the fish. Can you sell the crate of the fish? No. Why can't you take the fish first? Because you are going to leave the dog and the cat alone, which you cannot do according to the first part. So this is wrong. Are you going to sell the crate of the fish? No, because he needs to take all 3 of them on the other side. So this is not true. Leave the cat behind? No, you cannot leave the cat behind because you have to take all 3 of them to the other side. Take the cat first and then take the dog and last the crate of fish. So we are left with this option. But how can you do this? Because if you take the cat first and then the dog, you are going to leave the dog and the cat together. So they are going to fight, they are going to quarrel. So what can we do? This is a puzzle-based critical reasoning question and you will not be given the exact explanation. You have to understand the context, the underneath lying meaning of it. How can you do that? Let's see. What are we going to do? We are going to first take the cat. All right. On the first trip, let's take the cat. The cat is going over here and he is placed over here. He comes back, takes the dog, right? Then take the dog, goes over here, leaves the dog over here and takes away the cat. All right. He can take one person either from this side or that side. So after he puts the cat on the other side and then comes and takes the dog, he leaves the dog there and takes the cat from here. So the dog is over here. The cat is taken away, so he won't have anything to quarrel with. The cat is taken away. Now he takes the cat back. All right. After taking the cat back, he leaves the cat over here and takes the fish. All right. He is taking the fish and leaving with the dog. The dog will never eat the fish. All right. So we have the second round completed as well, where The fish is on the other side, right? So we are remaining with only the cat. The fish is gone and the dog is gone. The fish is over here and the dog is over here. And for the third time, what will he do? He will take the cat. All right. So he is taking the cat here now and all of them are here. So what did he initially do? He initially took the cat first, kept it over there. Let's do it again. So what did he do? He took the cat first. All right. Left it over here. Came back, took the dog. Went, kept the dog and took back the cat. So he is taking the fish now, third, that is last, and he is keeping the fish over here with the dog. He is coming back again, and then he is taking the cat. All right, so what did he do? He took the cat first, then the dog, and then the crate of fish. So the underlying meaning is take the cat, take the dog, take the fish, take the cat, take the dog, return the cat, take the fish, come back and take the cat again. So we have the dog here first, then the fish, and then the cat. All right. So they went on the other side now. I hope you're understanding the underlying context of this. So we have option D as the answer over here, right? Take the cat first, then take the dog, and last crate of the fish. All right, so now let's move ahead with the last question. Here you can see that this is again a grammatically correct sentence which uses which asks you to replace the underlined word or the underlined phrase with either of the options. So again, we can say that this is a kind of sentence improvement question. So again, please read the question properly. Try to understand the context, what the sentence is trying to say, and then use the options to replace the underlined part. All right. So you can take 45 seconds over here again and try to solve it, and then we'll move ahead with the answer. All right, shall we move ahead now? We'll first read the sentence. The cause of mild depression can be varied, and those who truly want to manage this condition will be well advised to begin by seeking the cause, the spark that lighted this unfortunate fire, and then systematically take steps to make sure that spark is not lit. All right. So the options given to us are, let's go with option A first. The sparks that lights this unfortunate fire. The sparks that lights. All right. So we cannot have subject plural and verb singular. All right. We need to have plural subject with plural verb, but here lights is a singular verb. Why? Because it uses s over here, right? So this sentence is grammatically incorrect. The spark that unfortunately lighted this fire. If you understand the context of this sentence, we can see that this sentence is in a present form. Why? Because it is talking about whoever is researching over the cause of mild depression, right? So it is in the present form because the spark is not lit, advised to begin, right? Truly want to manage. These are all present form. So you cannot use a past tense form over here. Hence, again, this is wrong. The unfortunate spark that lights this fire. The spark is not unfortunate. The fire is unfortunate, right? So unfortunate should be the fire and not the spark. The spark that lights this unfortunate fire, right? We have a singular subject, singular verb, and unfortunate fire, and this is in the present form as well. So we can say that the spark that lights this unfortunate fire. Let's read the sentence by replacing this. The cause of mild depression can be varied, and those who truly want to manage this condition will be well advised to begin by seeking the cause, the spark that lights this unfortunate fire, and then systematically take steps to make sure that spark is not lit. All right, so we can say that option D is the answer because A says subject verb wrong. B uses a past tense form, but this is a present tense form. Unfortunate spark, the spark is not unfortunate, the fire is. Hence option D, the spark that lights this unfortunate fire. And then systematically take steps to make sure that the spark is not lit. All right, so we can say that option D is the answer. All right, so we have come to the end of 10 questions. These were actual questions. I hope you could understand. We had gone from easiest to the difficult questions. Again, if you are not following us on Instagram or on our social media handles, do follow us on Instagram, Discord, Facebook, WhatsApp, and Telegram, because we are posting regular updates, especially on Instagram, Discord, WhatsApp, and Telegram. Right? We circulate messages on WhatsApp, we mark it on Telegram as well, and then we do it on Instagram also. You're going to get continuous updates on Instagram of all the companies that are hiring. And as we can recollect, Cognizant is on the verge of hiring, TCS NQT is happening, Infosys is hiring, Accenture will be hiring. So we have these companies that are soon going to hire. So if you want to know anything about these companies, you can follow us. Also on Discord, we have live classes going on. All right, we have live classes going on for all the students. So if you want to take part, participate in the live classes and learn from there, you can join us on Discord. You can get all the links of our social media handles in the description below. And soon now we are going to play a quick, very fun teaser on our PrepInsta Prime, which is going to take you deep into how we have curated this course and how we 6 months of hard work has come out so beautifully. All right, so please watch the video and enjoy it. Until then, we'll see you later with another set of questions.